All right, good evening, traders. All right, tonight is August 29th, 2023. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room here at Hit and Run Candlesticks. Let's get this out of the way first, all right? It's a disclaimer. All right, trading involves risk, and if it's not suitable for everyone, and any communication from us at Hit and Run Candlesticks or BYOB or Right Way Options or any of its affiliates is intended for educational purposes only, and do your own due diligence. Good evening, Ron W., John M., GXM. All right, so there it is. So do your own due diligence when you're trading. All right, so tonight's presentation is on how to trade the head and shoulders pattern. All right, I'm going to go over a little bit of that in just a moment here. And I'm going to start off with today's price action in the SPY. All right. Today was a trend day. Everybody in the BYOB room knew it was a trend day because they know the trend day setup. And what the trend day setup gives you is it's a low probability of reversal, a low probability of a pullback to jump in, and it usually 9 times out of 10 just moves up all day. And this is what gives me the confidence to buy those 1 DTE in the money calls and those 0 DTE in the money calls. And how I identify this is right here between the hours of, on a 10-minute chart, between the hours of 11 and 12. If price is up over the 3 and the 3 EMA is over the 8 EMA, and all 3 of them are up over VWAP from 11 to noon, all right, 9 times out of 10, I'm in for a trend day. All right, everybody understand that? That means I can jump in, buy some 446 calls, and just ride them up for almost the rest of the day. That's our trend day. And I wanted to share that with you because that's what we do here at BYOB. Now, let's pull up some other slides here. And one of my favorite rules is do not fight the trend. Move with the trend. Move in the same direction as the money flow. If money's flowing into the market, I like to go long. If money's flowing out of the market, I like to trade short. All right. Market direction. How do you determine market direction? Step 1, I open up my 10-minute chart of the SPY. Step 2, at 10:15, which direction is VWAP pointed, up or down? Step 3, just keep it simple. It's either pointed up or it's pointed down. And that'll give you the direction probably for the majority of the day. We can go back and check this out and look at today's price action. And let's see, here's VWAP pointed up. Go to 10:15. There's 10:30. And you can see there's 10:20, 10:10, right there. See VWAP? VWAP is this gold line. And VWAP is pointed up. Market direction is up. That's how I determine market direction on a day, each day. All right, market direction comes in here, 10:15. It's moving sideways. It's not moving up or down. Pan over, 10:15. I look at the market direction. It's moving down. Price now gets up over VWAP. So now I know it does a bullish reversal right at the VWAP line. Now it's moving up. 10:15 the previous day. Go in here, 10:10. VWAP's pointed down. It's going to be down for the most of the day. until price crosses back over VWAP. Day before, 10:10, price is over VWAP, VWAP's pointed up, the direction is up. So it's that simple. I keep it simple for that reason. My email, anyone can contact me. I invite everyone to contact me. Even if you're not a member, this is my email address. Second, this is what we trade here at BYOB. We trade the 10-minute setup. Step 1, find the market direction. You saw how I did that. You find VWAP at 10:15. You look at the direction it's pointed. That's going to determine your market direction. You trade with the direction of the market. All right? You don't fight the trend. I have more success trading with the direction of the market than I do fighting against the market. Step 2, find a weak or a strong stock that fits your trading plan, which you can trade with the direction of the market. So if you've got markets going up, you're looking for stocks with strength that fit your trading plan. If you got a $500 stock and you don't trade $500 stocks, that's not going to fit your plan. So you want to trade what you normally trade and find a stock that fits, is within your range of purchasing. Step 3, on a 10-minute chart, I trade the 3 EMA crossover or under the 8 EMA. Under or over VWAP. Okay, so this is a little confusing. We use under for bearish markets and we use over for bullish markets. So when the 3 EMA crosses over the 8 EMA and it happens over VWAP, that's my entry. All right? For bearish markets, when the 3 EMA crosses under the 8 EMA and this cross happens under VWAP, we use that for bearish markets. Step 4, manage the trade on the 15-minute chart until the 3 EMA crosses back over or under the 8 EMA. In other words, if you took the crossover for the bullish day today, and let's go look at it. Here's the crossover. The 3 is the yellow line. The white line is the T line. And you're long, all right? You want to trade this on a 15 until that 3 crosses back over the 8. I don't get out, all right? You ride it all day long. Now, it's trader's choice on whether you want to hold overnight. Okay? You can exit all your position. You can do a partial position. It's your choice. All right? So there's the 15. I manage on the 15. If they do not cross back over, I'm still in the trade. This is how you let your winners run and you shut down your losers. So here you got a cross. It's under VWAP. It's a clean candle. All right, and then it crosses back over. So you're out. All right, and you don't have a crossover. You got a topping tail candle. We don't buy that. And it comes back under, and it's still attached to VWAP. Here's your first clean candle. It's a doji. I don't take it. Then you get another clean candle. Crosses back up over, but it happens under VWAP. So here's the cross under. First clean candle over VWAP. You can jump in and you ride this all day on the 15. All the way from, 444 all the way up to 449. So there's that. And we'll finish this up. All right, so you manage on the 15-minute chart with the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA. All right, keep it simple. Don't complicate it. All right, now if step 3 and the cross occurs under VWAP for the bullish market day, Then I wait for the first clean candle over VWAP. No bodies, wicks, or tails can be attached to the VWAP line. All right? To enter, and you got to enter on a clean candle, and it can't be a doji or a topping tail candle, because you don't want any sign of reversal. That's what you don't want. All right, so that keeps you at VWAP. That's where you got buyers and sellers. If price is sticking close to VWAP, you don't want to be in that, because it's not going to move. You want it when it starts to break away from VWAP. That's what gives you those runs that provide you those profits. Trend day. Here's a slide here on, I got another one. All right, here's a slide here on trend day. Trend day, 9 out of 10 times when price is over the 3 EMA and the 3 EMA is over the T line, otherwise known as the 8 EMA. And the T line, and all three of them are over VWAP between the hours of 11 and noon. The chances are 9 out of 10 times you're going to have a trend day. It's going to go up all day. So there's something you could put in your toolbox right there. My holy grail indicator is a trend line bounce with confirmation over VWAP. All right, what is a trend line bounce with confirmation over VWAP? Let's go look at one. And that's not one. And here's one. All right, so we're going to move out to the daily chart. Nope, that's not it. It was the diamonds. All right, here we are. Here's our trend line. How do I make a trend line? I simply connect the bottoms. All right, you have a bottom here. Price pulls back. Now I draw a line right there, and then I just extend it. Now price rolls up and pulls back to minor support right here. All right, so you got two bottoms here. You connect them and you extend it. You got two bottoms here, you connect it, and you extend it. All right, so you can see here it comes. Here comes price. It drops into the trend line and then bounces. So as soon as that 10-minute trend happens right there, pull down the 10-minute chart, go back 3 days. You got a 10-minute trend over VWAP. Here's your cross. The 3 crosses over the 8, and you're in right there. And you manage that on the 15. And you come back here and you see you're still in, and you're still in till it crosses right here. And then you jump back in back here. So there's the diamonds. There's your 10-minute cross with a bounce right there. Mike, yeah, this is Eastern Standard Time, Mike. Trader Chick, yes, this is... No, I trade before 10:15, but I like to confirm the market by looking at 10:15 to find out which direction VWAP is going to be moving. And I do answer non-members. Yes, Carol, it's recorded. Trader South Bay J. I stick with the trend. If the market's moving up, I'm gonna stick with the trend. I don't if it crosses back underneath it, I have traded it below VWAP, but it's got to trade below VWAP, and the cross has to happen below VWAP, or I got to get that clean candle below that. Most of the time, I try to stay with the bigger trend. It just works out better for me. What about people that are working and cannot watch the chart all day? Trader Lucha. I mean, what are you talking about? You can't look at the market at 10:15. I mean, if you can't look at the market at 10:15 or 11 or noon, yeah, you're gonna miss out. But I mean, how long does it take you to look at 3 moving averages at noon? You know what I'm saying? Oh, when you're not in surgery, you're in surgery. Okay. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to decide whether you want to be a surgeon or a trader. I'm an intraday. Okay, I'm an intraday trader, guys. My trade is the 10-minute trend. All right, that's what I trade. I'm a 10-minute trader. I look for the 10-minute trend over VWAP. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm right. Thanks, Ed. All right, so there's the diamonds. There's your 10-minute trend, and you're in. And there's your confirmation, 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. Carol. Yes, helping people is more rewarding. Jamal, for the trend day, yeah, I do have to look between 11 and noon and make sure that everything's up over VWAP between 11 and noon. And do I have to look at 10:15? Yes, I do. I want to know that buyers are controlling the market at 10:15. I want to know what direction the market is moving. I want to know is VWAP pointed up? I have to know that. Without that, my chances of success drop dramatically. I don't want to be, you don't want to be shorting a bullish market. What if you'd have shorted this? You'd have got burned. I would have got burned if I'd have shorted this. This just went up all day. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to want to know whether it's moving, whether the direction is up or down. I want to know if I'm having a trend day and I can buy some more rewarding products like the 1 DTE and the 0 DTE in the money. Yes, Doug does very well. And he did it part-time while he was doing construction. That's right. You guys are funny. So, anyways, that's what I trade. I'm a 10-minute trader. I look for that trend that's happening right up over VWAP. Okay, so VWAP is nothing but the average price products are buying and selling. So if price is moving up over VWAP, that means they're hitting the ask. You understand? You can't make the stock go up without hitting the ask. They're hitting the ask. And that means they're pushing it higher when they hit the ask. All right, so that's why I like to have VWAP on every single one of my charts. I want to make sure that that I'm trading in the direction with the market. All right, so now I'm going to back out here and we're going to talk about head and shoulders. All right, so what we got here, everybody knows the pattern. There's a left shoulder, there's a right shoulder, there's a head, there's a neck, and you draw a line across the two of them. That will be your neck line. Okay? Each shoulder consists of usually either 1 or 2 minor support and major support. So you got, see these two humps up here, these two peaks, those represent your minor support. See the two valleys? Sometimes you only get one. You get two valleys, those represent your major support. When major support is broken, it's all over. It's going down. As soon as, if a stock breaks major support, the trend is now down after it breaks major support. Okay? So that's why you have your neckline drawn in from this major support area to this major support. And when price breaks through that major support area, it means it's no longer attached to that neckline. That's when you're going to get that falling price action to the downside. That would be on your regular head and shoulders. There's an inverse head and shoulders, which works in the other direction, in which case the head would be down here and the neckline would be up here. But this is just the regular head and shoulders. So you draw a line from neck to neck. As soon as you break the neckline, and you get free candles away from the neckline, nothing attached, no wicks, bodies, or tails attached to it, and then you'll see, majority of the time, you'll see this pattern play out, and then you will get a decline in price action to the downside. So here's your diamonds, all right? So now what we have here on the diamonds is, you notice, a slightly higher low, all right? So we got a slightly higher low, and because of that, the bulls will have pressure on them to produce the higher high. So now, in order to find out which direction I want to play on the head and shoulders, I take my quadrant lines. And all it is a tool that divides the top down to the neck into 4 equal quadrants. Not by time, but by money. All right, so from the top to the bottom, this is quadrant 1 is the first one. Quadrant 2, then you've got the midpoint, is this dashed line. This is a tool you're going to need in order to use this. All right, and then you got quadrant 3, just above the midpoint, and then quadrant 4. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I like to believe that when a stock stays in the upper 30% of its move, it's still bullish. Okay, but bear in mind, this divides it into quadrants. So that would be 25%. This would be 25%. This would be 25%. So I just eyeball it, like right there. So right there, that's in the 30%. So you notice it was kind of hanging out in that 30%, and then it fell out right here and it came tumbling down. So it's bullish as long as it stays in that upper 30% for me. Now remember, this is 25%, so I just kind of eyeball it right there. All right, so now here's your move up, and now here it comes back. It's pulling back, and now it's coming up to the midpoint. Now, whenever you got 51% of anything, you have the majority, right? Am I right? If you got 51%, you own the majority. If you own 51% of the company, do you have the majority? There you go. Yes. Perfect. All right. You got 51%. So what I like to see is, before I go bullish on this, all right, I like to see price action up over the midpoint. That's the 50-yard line. I want to know that the bulls are in control and there's 51%. that gives me the notion to go bullish through here. Now, I did get a trend line bounce with confirmation over VWAP. So on this, I can play bullishly on every 10-minute uptrend over VWAP. So I could have played this day, part of this day, and all of this day. All right, but I really like it when it's up over here. Then I'm willing to hold overnight because it's over the midpoint. So here's the thing. They close the candles up over the midpoint. That means I'm willing to hold overnight. Now, what am I looking for tomorrow? Follow through. If I don't get follow through tomorrow, I'm out. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it to come tumbling back down on me. I'd rather get out and just take my profits. All right, but we closed up over the midpoint, so I'm willing to hold a little bit more up here. All right, so now when it comes back down, all right, on the midpoint here, now it's under the midpoint. This is where your shoulder, trash that. Let me get rid of that. Let me get my pen. All right, now let's say your shoulder happens to roll over here, okay? As soon as I get that 10-minute downtrend under VWAP, okay, I can play that back towards the trend line. So usually price comes up, hits the midpoint, and I'm expecting this to either follow through or fail and roll over. Now it may just pause right here with a doji candle. All right, in which case that means it's neither up nor down. We'll see what happens. But here we've got price coming up. As soon as we get this start pulling away or dropping down from the midpoint, that's where I want to play those 10-minute downtrends all the way back to this trend line right here. All right. Now, if it gets up over this midpoint and continues to bully higher, because remember, it did make the higher low. So the bulls have pressure to produce a higher high somewhere up here, over this high over here. So the pressure's on the bulls. So we'll see if they can provide us any follow through tomorrow, or if they're tired and they need a pause, if they're going to bull flag and lean on this midpoint line, or if they're able to get over it and close candles over it. If they start closing full candles over the midpoint, then I got to believe there's a chance they want to go up here and take out the high. Now, the head and shoulders pattern is going to be negated as soon as price takes out the head. All right? As soon as price erases all the price action from this neckline and we go up higher than the head, then the whole head and shoulders pattern is bunk. It's over. The pattern has been broken. It's only when price happens to go and trade up over the hairline here, right up over the top. Okay? So that's how I trade the head and shoulders pattern. All right? As soon as I get that 10-minute downtrend right here, I'm in on it. All right? If I get the 10-minute uptrend, then I'm in on it. And that's where I trade it. So this is the diamonds. Now we'll erase that. And you can see here's your shoulder. Now you're creating a right shoulder right here. This is your left shoulder. You happen to have two. Here's your neckline. This is your neck right here. There's your neck right there. And you just attach the two of them together. As soon as you break through there, you can pretty much count on most of the time price continuing to drop lower and lower. All right, let's go look at another one. Let's go look at the SPY. All right, so here's the SPY. You've got the left shoulders and you're forming the right shoulders. Now I'm going to take this, move this out of here, move this off to the side, move this off to the side. This is our trend day. So here's price. Notice price closed up over the midpoint. But also notice price made a lower, low. You see that? Here's the low here. Price came down and made a lower low. But the difference is on the SPY, they managed to get back up over the trend line, whereas the Qs, the diamonds were kind of stuck at the trend line. So we'll see what happens here if the bulls can get any follow through tomorrow on this price action to the upside. But the nice thing is they were able to close this candle up over the midpoint. Now, they could erase it all tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But this is the head and shoulders pattern for the SPY. So as long as I got a 10-minute uptrend tomorrow, I'm looking to go long. Other than that, I'm not interested in playing a downtrend until it gets back underneath this midpoint right there. I'm only willing to go long tomorrow. All right? Because it's up over the midpoint. If it does come down, chances are it may bounce here or here. So we'll see what they want to do with this tomorrow. And that's the SPY. So now let's go take a look at QQQ. All right, so here we have a left shoulder, a right shoulder. Here's our neckline. Notice we produced the lower low here. So we've got a low there and a lower low here. The Qs are in a daily downtrend. Now, they can negate this by trading up over this 387 area right about here. 388, 389. All right, so here's the head and shoulders pattern right here on the QQQ. Now here's the FNGU. All right, now this is the one that's so heavily weighted. All the products in the FNGU, all right, are so overweight in the QQQ and in the SPY. They can sometimes, these 10, 12 products, I think it's only 10, they can carry the whole market. It doesn't matter what the other 6,000 or 7,000 are doing. These 10 stocks are so overweight that if they decide to move up and the rest of the 7,000 or 8,000 want to move down, the indice will move up, the QQQ and the SPY. That's why you really want to look at your VWAP for direction at around, well, right around 10:15. Now, they'll give you some direction at the beginning of the day, but pretty much at 10:15, it's decided which direction it wants to head off into for the rest of the day. Trader R asks, since I'm on the daily chart, when do I switch to the 10 EMA? I switch to the, I've always got the 8 EMA and the 3 EMA on my chart. EMA stands for exponential moving average, Trader R. Okay? But when do I'm on the 10-minute chart? First thing in the morning, Trader R. I'm on a 10-minute chart first thing in the morning. As soon as the market opens, I want to know where those 10-minute candles are going. How did I draw the quadrant lines? I have a tool right here, and it actually says quadrant lines. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? If I hover over it, it says quadrant lines. I click it, and then I just drag it like that, and it gives me the quadrant lines. If you've got Thinkorswim, it's on there. It's at the bottom. You have it if you have Thinkorswim, Trader Raju. How you doing, by the way? Frank wants to know, is this a daily chart or a 10-minute chart? This is a daily chart. All right. To do the trend day identifier, I use a 10-minute chart. Yeah, for me, I just pick them up and just drag it. It goes as far as I want to drag it. And I always go from the top of the move to the bottom of the move. Okay? I like to measure from the top to the bottom because I want to know where the midpoint is. Notice, if you notice on this FNGU, here's the move from the top to the bottom. Where did it come back to? Came back to the midpoint, and then what happened? It fell out of the sky. Right there, right at the midpoint. It just turned around and went the other direction. It's like someone said boo right there at the midpoint. You know, 6 or 7 times out of 10, you're going to find that a move down will most likely come back to a midpoint or to, well, minor support or resistance. So here you can see that this went all the way up to the midpoint, and it just so happened to be that the midpoint and minor resistance right here, because you're underneath it, that's these tails that stick down, went right back to minor resistance, and then it went back on its way. But notice it failed to make the lower low. Okay, it hit the minor resistance and it failed to make the lower low right here. So that's a failure to make a lower low. So now because this failed to make a lower low, it's going to go test this high. Now I got this far today. I don't know why they couldn't get it all the way up over it. We had a trend day. There's no reason not to. That's a sign. That's a sign of beware tomorrow, okay? If we happen to take out that high, all right, then that's game on for the bulls, and they could negate this head and shoulders pattern. This one's already played out. Notice the neckline. They break the neckline, and the stock comes tumbling down. And where did it stop? It stopped right here. And there's probably some price action over to the left. Kind of stopped right on this point right here. Because really not much here that stopped it. This could have some more downside. If we draw the trend line in, this could drop even further. There's one trend line. And then here's another trend line. So this could either drop, it dropped to here, could even drop to here. We'll see what happens. GXM asks, when you use quadrant lines, are you using them on daily charts? GXM, I use this all the time on 10-minute charts, on hourly charts, on 15-minute charts, weekly charts. I want to know where the halfway point is. I want to know who's got the ball, who's in control of the price. Is it the bulls? Is it the bears? I'm always looking to see who's in control and where the midpoint is, where the minor support is, and where's the minor resistance. I'm always looking at it. It doesn't matter what time frame. I could even pull up an option and I'm looking at it. But, you know, it's really the underlying security that you really want to measure. Yeah. Raju, do you have TC2000? Do you have Thinkorswim? You probably have Thinkorswim. If you do, it's at the bottom of your tools. So there's the FNGU, and you can see what happens when price broke the neckline right here. Notice it's attached. Notice it's attached. It's attached. It's attached. And then finally, look right here. This candle's no longer attached to the neckline, and price comes tumbling down. That's why I say I don't want them. I don't like them when they're attached. As soon as it breaks the neckline, a clean break of the neckline, and then it's down. Yes, you can always take your fib tool and I'm just going to click on it for a minute. and you can edit these numbers, okay? You can edit them to 30% or 25, 50, 75. You know, you can always add extra numbers in there on your fib tool if you don't have quadrant lines, as long as they're editable, but most times they are. And you can edit this to make your own set of quadrant lines in your fib tool. Yes, I'm glad you found it, Raju. So you can take that fib. Thanks for mentioning that, Huel. I appreciate that. All right, so you can take your yeah, there's a quadrant line for Thinkorswim. It's at the bottom. I've heard multiple people. I have Thinkorswim here, but I can't open it, Carol, because it take up too many resources. Yes, it's still bearish because it's in the lower half. But it had a really nice day. Yeah. Okay, so now tomorrow on the SPY, okay, if we lose 51% of this candle, just this candle, if we lose 51% of this candle, I'm very likely to go short if we lose 51% of this candle. Right here, this big candle that we had in the SPY. If they erase over 51%, I'm likely to go short. I don't know how far I'll get, but the 3 and the 8 will tell me when my trade is over or when I get stopped out on the 15-minute chart. Thanks, Kevin C. The whole candle T, from top to bottom. I'm going to stick my quadrant lines in, and I'm going to wait once we lose 51%. All right, so there's SPY. And I did QQQ, right? Pretty sure I did QQQ. Here's the shoulders. Now notice QQQ trades up over the midpoint. Same here. If we lose 51% of that candle right there, then I'm probably going to want to be short. All right. You got a head and shoulders playing out here. Notice they made a lower low than they did over here and here. So they are in a daily downtrend. They're trying to get back over this uptrend line. There's QQQ, IWM. IWM made a higher low, slightly higher low. So pressure's going to be on the bulls to produce that higher high up here. A lot of work to be done. Just got to get back to the midpoint first. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, that was a beautiful day, wasn't it, today? All right, so there's IWM. All right, so any questions on how to trade the head and shoulders? Any questions? All right, so now if you like what you're seeing here, all right, if you like what you're seeing here, I invite you to get a trial, and it's only $24.50. Okay, when you trade in my room, you get to see everything, all right? Every trade that I take is right here. All right? I share everything with everybody. Every single trade that is taken, I put it right up here. All right? And then not to mention, all right, not only do I do that, but in my trading room, I also at the beginning and the end of each day. All right, I share my calendar, which shows all my winnings and losings. Okay, I lose and I win. All right, it gives you my account value. I share everything every day. All right, I give you my morning inventory. This is what I'm starting out with tomorrow morning. I disclose everything that you see right here. This is how much I made. This is my account value. These are my trades. Everything. I show you everything because I want you to succeed. All right? If you're not a member of my room, you can take a trial today for $24.50 or 60 cents. I'm not sure how much it is, but you can jump on that. I invite you to be a part of our room here. I trade all day long. All right? That's all I do is move inventory and make money. That's it. And I share everything that I'm doing all day long. I know, Carol, I think the best thing for you to do is to get a recorder, all right, a screen recorder, and just record it on my screen. Open up your chat room and just record my screen all day. You get Camtasia or some other screen recording software, and you download it and you turn it on and you figure out how to use it. Yep. Explain 3-bar means for the next day. Devendra, which one? What do you mean by 3-bar? The 3-day chart. That's all it does is condense 3 days together. That right there condenses 3 days together. That's a 3-day chart. Yes, you can, Carol. You can look at his. I mean, but he doesn't. How many trades does he take? I trade all day long. I'm a different trader. I'm a day trader. He's a swing trader. The 3-bar chart. 3-bar chart is the 130-minute chart. That's the 3-bar chart. 1, 2, 3 makes up a whole day. Yeah, I'll do multiple trades a day. Not, to each his own. Rick finds great success with what he does, and I love Rick for what he does. He's taught me a lot. I'm just a day trader. I'm a little bit faster, and I like to get in the action. I like to find the action, and that's the way I like to trade. That's just my preference. I'm always managing my positions between 9:30 and 10, T. I'm always managing them, tweaking them. I mean, I could be on the wrong side, and then I got to go buy some puts or sell some puts or buy some calls or sell some calls just to right the ship. Yeah, I'm always managing positions. If I get a gap up in the morning, I'm going to take profit. You know how that works. If you gap up, definitely want to just take that profit while it's there, especially on a Friday. Yeah, I would need 4 arms to just send alerts for everything I do. I mean, you look here, Carol. Here's the first trade, 340. There's the last trade, 346, 345, 335, 325, 253. No, 258, 253, 251, 251. You would be overwhelmed by how many alerts. It will be on my YouTube, Richard. If you go back, you can look at my YouTube. If you scroll up, Richard, if you take this chat window, okay, I want you to scroll up. You come over here and you scroll all the way up to the top. All right. All right. And I got 7 habits for success. My Holy Grail indicator right here. That's my YouTube channel. I invite you to subscribe. Right there. Here's my email address. Even if you're not a member, you can contact me, Yule. Here's my 10-minute trade right here. All of these are downloadable too. You can download them and put them in a file. Here's my 10-minute setup. Right there. That's my trade right there. The BYOB 10-minute setup. All right. And then right here, you can click this link. Watch what happens if you click that link. It bring you right in here. You put in your promo code, and it drops it from $49 down to $24.50. Okay? For 30 days. All right? $24.50. And you get to hang out with me and learn how to trade. The 10-minute trade. I traded one today, FitBoy, Fifth Third Bank. I put it up in the room. Here's FitBoy. I call it Fifth Third. It's Fifth Third Bank. Here's the 10-minute trend. This is what I trade. See the cross? Right up over VWAP, right there. Okay? I only put 10 shares in. You could have put 2,000. You could have put 10,000. It pulled back to VWAP. Notice the 3 never crossed the 8. And I'm in all day long. Look at this machine trend. I mean, that's a 3 EMA run right there. And if I'm on the 15, it never crossed. See that? I'm still in it. This is what I do every single day, is this 10-minute trade. Those are my rules. Find a bullish stock. Find when the market's bullish. There it is. 10-minute cross, clean candle over VWAP. Take it. I'm in. And you ride it up from 25.95, clear up to, well, you're still in it, 26.43. Right there. There's just one trade. I mean, you clearly could have made $24.50 just off this one trade. And you didn't have to touch it. And you knew you had a trend day. So if you got a trend day, you're not going to want to sell anything till the end of day. Excuse me. I don't like to sell anything till the end of day. Oh, thanks, Trader Chick. Yeah, I'm in Cape Coral. The storm's out to sea right now. We get some rain bands here and there. It hasn't been too bad. I did not know if I was going to be here today. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Sonny, I'll see you in the morning, 8 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, T, for being here. Devendra, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, 7:45, buddy. Yep. Hey, Maureen. Thank you too. Thank you for being here. And Doug T, everybody, all right? All right, I'm going to call it a night, okay? Everybody have a wonderful evening. I'm going to be grateful that my power and internet lasted this long and my computer didn't crash and everything worked out. Everyone have a wonderful night. The recording is going to be on my YouTube channel. Please copy that down and subscribe, all right? Please get a membership, at least a trial membership for $24.50. I'm sure you can find $24.50 of profit within all my trades that I take. Hey, Mike. Hey, Larry. And Emma, Lenny, Ron, GXM, Stu, John. It's good to see all of you guys again. Thank you. Thank you for coming out here to support me tonight. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. That's a wrap. Hey, Brent and Gil.